Hello, I'm very thankful again that you're watching us and that you're part of the Freedom Conference. Again, we have our community development team from Dollar Bank who is here to share with us. They've been with us almost every year, and this is our 8th year of the Freedom Conference. And here with us today, as you see on the screen right now, is we have Dorothy Curtis, who's Vice President of Community Development. We also have Clifford King, who's also a Vice President of Community Development. And we have Amisha Boykin, who is a Community Development Officer and also credit consultant. So glad that you guys are here with us at the Freedom Conference. Happy to have you.
Thanks. We're glad to be here. Thank you.
And we're also glad for all that Dollar Bank does in the community. You guys really do a great work. And I want to just make sure that everyone who is watching this conference knows about what you do and also knows what's available to them through your community banking. So if one of you, I believe Dorothy, if you can just tell us a little bit about Dollar Bank.
Sure. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for having us. We're always happy to be a part of the Freedom Conference and a part of your organization there at Mount Zion. So again, thank you for having us here. So talk about Dollar Bank. We're a mutual bank, meaning that we're independently owned. We don't have any shareholders. So the people that we actually curtail our products and services to are our customers. So that allows us to do plenty of things. But I want to first start off with the history of Dollar Bank. We were established in 1855, prior to the Civil War, prior to when women did not have the right to vote, before the Emancipation Proclamation of 1863. Dollar Bank was out forefront, lending and having open accounts with individuals such as immigrants, women, and Black folks who, were free at that time. So our history goes way back there. When you had individuals who were working for 7.5 cents a day, working 12 hours a day, making 90 cents total, they were able to open up an account with Dollar Bank for just $1, where you had other entities or institutions that were saying, no, you need a minimum of $50 to open an account. So hence the name of Dollar Bank. So individuals didn't know that we had that history dating all the way back then, that we were actually lending out to, again, the immigrants, minorities, and women. And so we're very proud of that history, and we curtail that even till today. So we like to think of Dollar Bank as a bank for everyone. So that's a little bit of history about Dollar Bank. And later on, we'll get into the discussion on what we do in our department as it relates to the first-time home buyer process. But we're excited to be here again and excited to share some of the wealth that we know to help the communities in which we serve.
Well, I love that. It shows that the rich history of the bank really lies in community development and also helping out all types of people. So that's some great background. So I would love to just kind of shift into a little bit about what you do for people. I've heard about a program that you guys have called Mortgage for Mothers. And so I wanted to share that with all of our viewers and all of our listeners about what you guys are doing for mothers right now when it comes to mortgages.
So we had a program again called Mortgages for Mothers, which started here in Cleveland in 2001. So we're really proud of that program. It's a first-time homebuyer program where we invite the community to come, and normally it's at the Woolstein Center. We invite communities to come out to the Woolstein Center and learn about the home buying process. So we have two things that we talk about on the day of the workshop. One is we talk about credit, how important it is, how to manage credit, the importance of a credit score. And then on the second half, we talk about the home buying process, down payment assistance programs that may be available, our 3-2-1 program, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But we invite people to enroll in our free program called the Credit Enhancement Program, and I believe Amisha will talk about that. So on the day of the workshop, again, we talk about that home buying process, get people involved. We have Danita Harris, who comes and speaks to the audience, who do an outstanding job for us, motivating our audience to know that no matter where you are in the situation of buying a home, you too can become a homeowner.
I love it. I love it. So is this program only for mothers?
No, it isn't. It's a name that we established a while ago because we realized that single moms were an audience that needed to be addressed. But no, it is open for everyone, men, grandmothers, grandfathers, everyone can actually come to the workshop.
I love it. This is amazing that you do this type of thing. You know, you guys also help people out with credit enhancement. I know a lot of people have credit problems and they need to correct it, or they just want to know where they stand and what they need to do certain things in their lives. Tell us a little bit about your credit enhancement program.
Absolutely. Amisha, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Dorothy. Thank you. So absolutely just want to kind of tag what Dorothy said earlier. Thanks so much for having us again, because you do offer a wonderful Freedom Conference every year. I've been for the last 2 conferences that you've had, and it was amazing to be a part of that experience. Now, when it comes to the credit enhancement program, Dorothy and Cliff initiated this program a while ago, but it's been an awesome program for the community where we get them a personalized credit review from all 3 credit agencies. We kind of go over them individually on a one-on-one basis to let them know where they stand in terms of being ready for a mortgage. And we just prepare them to be ready for the future. So we get them that individual counseling. We step them 3 months at a time, where we go through what's on their credit, how to go about repairing their credit, and then also getting them to the point where they've completed resolving any old or past outstanding balances.
Wow, that's great. How long has this program been about?
Since I would say the inception of the department here at Dollar Bank with Dorothy and Clifford. Was it 26, 27 years now, Dorothy?
Yeah, since 1993. I think that's when you started, Cliff.
Oh, date me, why don't you? Yes, I do.
Sorry.
I would say you guys probably helped out a lot of people during that time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Specifically speaking, we got over, I'd say, 50 people over in homes within the last year.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's great. I mean, we really needed that, especially in the greater Cleveland community. You guys also have another program called 321 Home program. And a lot of people really are looking for stuff like that. So tell us a little bit about that program.
Absolutely. So once the participants of the credit enhancement program have completed that process, they have an opportunity to enroll in our down payment assistance program, that 321 Home Savings, where they would be required to obviously complete the credit enhancement portion first, which gets them clean credit, and then also open up a Dollar Bank 321 savings account. So their goal would be to save $1,000 in that particular account for the minimum of 3 months of being enrolled. And then they'd have an opportunity to take a home buying education class to get matched $3,000. So it's every dollar that participant saved, Dollar Bank will match it $3. So the goal at the end of the program is for them to have a total of $4,000 to assist them in purchasing their property.
Wow, that's amazing. Sounds like free money to me. People should definitely take advantage of this and be educated.
Absolutely. Just to kind of throw out there, though, as well, it is an income-based program where they have to be within 80% of the area's median income in order to qualify.
Gotcha. I believe that's very fair, but that's a great program. You know, why should people, buy a home versus rent? I know a lot of people have that question.
Well, there's many reasons too, but I think the biggest perk of buying a home would be the tax benefit, honestly, just because right now, and to my understanding, purchasing a home and being able to deduct your taxes, tax interest, and also the taxes on the property on your tax return is the biggest incentive you can have. It also gives you an asset where you can build and appreciate the property in value, or you can use it as a savings tool. And with, if you need support later on, let's say your children want to go to college, you can borrow against your property. Or if you want to borrow against the property to, help with your daughter purchasing things for her wedding. It's many benefits, but it also gives you stability. And I know with what's going on with the COVID-19, stability has been top priority for most people, and they need that security.
Well, I think that's very good. And there's a lot of myths about home buying. Can you let our viewers know what are some of those myths are and why we shouldn't really try to fall into those traps?
I'm going to give that to Clifford and let him give you those things, because he's good at giving people clear about why home buying isn't essential to life.
Well, thank you, Amisha. And again, I appreciate you and all you've done for our bank in terms of kind of putting us out there and the exposure to these programs, which folks really do need to know about. But a lot of the myths that people hear about, which is not true. At one point, I thought golf was something that a Black person could never do because of the myth that it was expensive. And then when I went on a course, the guy said it was just $20, which included the cart. So I'm like, that's all? So you don't know until you really go out there. But people think that buying a house is something that they can't afford to do. When I say can't afford, they look at what their down payment is. Well, we have a program that actually fits helping with that down payment. Again, some of the programs that we have no down payment on them. If you at 50% of what Amisha said the income medium is, there is no down payment requirement. Our grant itself takes care of, we give you $1,000, you save, we give you $3,000, that's $4,000 for down payment. Here's another myth, where's the money coming from? Well, here's a bank that actually helps you with that. And a lot of people think that, well, I'd rather just rent than buy a house. Well, technically speaking, rent is higher than what a mortgage will be. You can get you a $60,000 house and only pay $400 or $500 per month for the house, including taxes, and paying $750 for rent, which is not even your property. So there's some other myths that can be broken by what people think that buying a house won't do for them and what it will do for you on the true side of things. So when it comes to buying a house, really you have to, if you look at one's credit and if they get their credit in line or it is in line, then buying a house should be really just like filling out an application for rent, which we just go into a little deeper in terms of what your financial background is. But at the end of the day, the process is a simple process. We've done, as Amisha said, between 50 to 60, 70 houses a year. And half of the time when we do these things, I don't even see who the person is because I'm looking at what we've already set up in front by the paperwork. By inputting that and getting some extra documentation from that person, 30 days to 45 days later, that person's in their house. So it's that simple to buy a house. And again, people are just afraid of what they've heard. But when you actually try it out yourself, you would say, well, it's not that hard of a process to do.
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate you all for making these programs available, for being champions in the community, to helping people, especially in the areas of mortgage and also credit help. But that's the end of our segment right now. And again, thank you guys for being sponsors and for being a part of the Freedom Conference and for educating the community. Can you let our viewers know how they can get in touch with you all to be a part of these programs and to get the help that you guys offer?
Amisha?
Well, they can always give me a call here at Dollar Bank at 216-736-8908, or, visit one of our local branches and they can forward them to me as well.
That'd be great. Well, thank you so much, Dorothy and Clifford and Amisha, for being a part of the Freedom Conference.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Pastor Larry, for having us.
Thank you.